Hi viewers, welcome to the class on strength of materials. We are dealing with simply supported beam of combination of loads and several loads. Here we are having the question which is related to the both combination and several loads. Here we are that a simply supported beam of a span 8 meters carries a point loads of 10, 30 and 20 kilonewtons respectively from 2 meters and 5 meters and 7 meters from the LHS side. In addition to these UDL point loads, we are having a UDL of magnitude 7.5 kilonewton per meter over its entire length. Here it is given that the UDL is acting for the entire span of the simply supported beam. Then for this data we have to draw the or construct the shear force and bending moment diagram, and we have to state that the position and magnitude of the maximum bending moment. For this given data we are having the diagram, and to draw the diagram let us follow our 5-step method. That number 1, given data; number 2, total load on beam; number 3, summation of upward reactions is equal to summation of downward forces. This can be called as total load on beam. And number 4, shear force calculation and bending moment calculation. And number 5, we are having shear force diagram and bending moment diagram. From these diagrams we can state that maximum bending moment and magnitude of the maximum bending moment. Here by following our 5-step method. First is given data. Here we are having a given data that a simply supported beam for span is given that 8 meters and carrying point loads of 10, 30 and 20 kilonewtons respectively. These are acting at 2 meters and 5 meters and 7 meters respectively from LHS. And for this addition we are having a UDL of magnitude 7.5 kilonewton per meter for the entire span. That is, the span is 8 meters. For the whole span the same UDL is going to act. Next, by this given data we are going to draw the diagram. According to given data we have drawn the sketch or diagram here. Let us have a notation so that or A or RA, is B or RB. Next, let us have a pointer where the point load is acting on the beam from the 2 meters from LHS. Let us point as C, and for the point of load from 5 meters from the LHS, that is D, and remaining E. From LHS we are having 7 meters. There we have drawn here. Next, our second step is that total load on beam. Here we are having, what is the total load? The forces or the loads which are going to act on a beam should be always in kilonewtons, so that always should be in kilonewtons. Then we are having here UDL and 3 point loads. The point loads are always in kilonewtons, but we are having a UDL that is not in a kilonewtons, so that we are going to convert the UDL to the point load. How we can convert the UDL to the point load? By simply multiplying the distances where the UDL is going to act. Here we are having the UDL is acting for the entire span, that is 8 meters, so that multiply the UDL, magnitude of UDL and the distance which is acted, that is 7.5 into 8 meters. That going to be converted as kilonewtons. The units of UDL is kilonewton per meter, and we are multiplying with the meters, and we go that meter going to get cancelled, and we are remaining with only kilonewtons. That is a easy process to convert the UDL to the point load. Next, here we are having 10 plus 30 plus 20 plus, and the UDL 7.5 is converting it to the point load, then multiplying with 8. Then the total load will be 120 kilonewtons on beam. Next, our third step is that here summation of upward reactions. Here we are having reactions that RA plus RB. Summation indicates that addition of the members on LHS is equal to, and summation of downward forces, that we are having point loads of 3, and next we are having a UDL for the entire span, that going to be RA plus RB is equal to 10 plus 30 plus 20 plus UDL is converted to the point load, then it will be like this. RA plus RB is equal to, the total load on beam is 120 kilonewtons. Here we know that the combination of RA and RB reaction or load, that is 120. We don't know the individual reactions of RA and RB. To find out the individual reactions of these two reactions, we are having that moment method, and then after we are having a substitution method. For the moment method, we are going to take the moments about A and about B. That moment, if I take the moment about A is equal to 0, then I am going to find the reaction of RB. If I am going to take the moments about B is equal to 0, I am going to find the reaction of RA. By getting these values of a reaction, any one of these RA or RB, I am going to substitute the value of RB in equation 1, then I am going to find the another value of reaction. Here let us take the moments about A is equal to 0, then I am going to find the value of RB, then I am going to substitute in the value in this. If I want to take the moments about A, I am having the sign conventions that clockwise as positive, anti-clockwise as negative. If I want to take the moments about B is equal to 0, then we are having that sign conventions that clockwise as negative, anti-clockwise as positive. I am going to take the moments about A is equal to 0, then I am going to have the sign conventions of clockwise positive and anti-clockwise negative. Let us find here itself. Here we are having a diagram. RA is going to be eliminated in this equation because RA cannot be multiplied with the perpendicular distances, so that RA is going to be 0, so that there is no RA in this equation, and remaining we are having a reaction that RB is taking the moment in a anti-clockwise direction like this, anti-clockwise direction, so that minus RB into the distance from RB to RA is 8 meters. Next, after the RB, we are having a point load. We are having a UDL, but take the point load first and then after take the UDL. This point load is taking moment towards A in a clockwise direction, so that positive. 20 into the distance from this 20 kilonewton to the RA is 7. Next we are having a point load of 30. It is having a distance with 5, and we are having a 10 into the distance is 2 meters. Next we are having UDL for the entire span, that going to be 7.5 into 8, which is converted as a point load, then taking the moments from the mid span, that will be 8 by 2 is equal to 0. We are having a moment about A is equal to 0, then we are going to equate these all moments about A is equal to 0. From these we are having a value of RB is equal to, after these all simplifications, we are having RB value is equal to 68.75 kilonewtons. Simply support the value of RB in equation 1 to get the value of RA. Then RA plus RB is equal to, we are having 120 kilonewtons. Then RA plus 68.75 is equal to 120. Then RA will be 51.25 kilonewtons. These are the individual reactions of RA and RB. Then from these individual values of RA and RB, we are going to see the shear force calculation and bend moment calculations. Let us have the shear force calculations. For the shear force calculation, we have to take for each and every support and point the left and the right of the supports and points, because there will be changes which is going to occur for the left and the right, for the just left and just right of the supports. So that we are going to take like this. For the shear force at A, here itself, if I stand just left to the A and looking forward to the left side, then I am going to find no forces or no reactions. Then it's going to be 0. Next, if I stand just right to the RA, I am going to find that RA is going to act in the direction of upwards. Here we are having a sign convention that upward is going to be positive and downward will be negative. Follow this kind of sign conventions for calculation of shear force. Next, moving on to the C. For the left of the C, we are having RA and a UDL from A to C with a magnitude of 7.5 with a distance of 2 meters. Let it be here. For the left, we are having RA in the upward direction, so that positive, and next negative, because the UDL is going to act on beam in the downward direction, negative, with a magnitude of 7.5 for the distance of 2 meters, so that it's going to be convert as a kilonewtons when it will be multiplied with meters. That's going to be value, we are having 36.25 kilonewtons. After the right of the C, just right of the C, we are having a load of point load which is going to act on this beam with a magnitude of 10 kilonewton. So that up to the left we are continuing with 36.25. For the right we are having a point load that is 10. The value will be 26.25 kilonewtons for the right of the C. Then moving on to the D, up to here, for the D, up to the left of the, up to the right of the C, we are having 26.25. While moving on to the D, the same value of these 26.25, and I'm having a UDL for the left of the D, so that the magnitude 7.5 and the distance from C to D is 3 meters. The value will be 3.75 kilonewtons. Similarly, up to the left we are having 3.75. After the right we are having a point load of 30 kilonewtons that will be added here with a negative sign because it is downward direction. The value will be minus 26.25 kilonewtons in the negative direction. And next, moving on to the E, for the left of the E, we are having a UDL with the same for the right of the D, that is minus 26.25 for the right of the D. Moving on to the E, for the left of the E, we are having UDL with a magnitude of 7.5. For the distance from D to E is 2 meters. Then the value is going to be minus 41.25 kilonewtons. Thereafter, moving on the right of the E, we are having up to the left we are having minus 21.25. For the right we are having downward point load, that is 20. The value will be minus 61.25 kilonewtons. Thereafter, moving on to the B, for the left of the B we are having a UDL from E to B. For the right of the E we are having minus 61.25. For the left of the B we are having 7.5 into distance of 1 meters from E to B, so that multiplying with 1, then the value will be minus 68.75 kilonewtons. Then after the right of the B we are having left of the B we are having 68.75. For the right of the B we are having a upward direction of RB reaction, that RB is going to be act on this beam, so that minus 68.75, the value of RB will be 68.75. This is going to be 0 on reference line. Next, from these values of shear force we are going to draw the shear force diagram, and we need to draw the bending moment calculations for the bending moment diagram. Here we go to a diagram. That in the diagram we are having RA and RB. This is going to be called as also moment about A and moment about B when bending moment calculations. Here we don't have the values for moment about A and moment about B, because there is no perpendicular distances to multiply with RA. When we take the moment about A, there is no perpendicular distances for RB when we take the moment about B, so that this is going to be 0. Then we are only finding that moment about C and moment about D and moment about E. Here we are having a sign convention that if I want to take the moments from RA, I am having that clockwise as positive, anti-clockwise as negative. If I want to take the moments from RB, I am having that clockwise as negative, anti-clockwise as positive. If you remember these sign conventions, then only you are going to be find out the moments about any point. Here we are having that moment about C is near to the RA, so that I am going to take the moments about C from RA, and E from RB, and D let it be from RA, from RB let it be. At the rate of moment about C is equal to RA is going in direction of clockwise, so that positive RA into the distance from A to C is 2 meters. Next, we are also having a UDL 7.5 into 2, which is going to convert the UDL to the point load, then taking the moments from the midspan, that is 2 by 2. Just enough by this 2 by 2, because we are going to take only for moment about C. Then the value will be, that is 87.5 kilonewton into meter. And taking the moment about D from A, let's have here, we are having RA distance, the distance from RA to the D is RA into the distance 5 minus the UDL. Let us take our next time, that is we are having a point load in the direction of clockwise, 10 into 3 from C to D is the distance is 3, and thereafter have the UDL, that 7.5 into 5, which is going to convert as a point load, then take the moments from the midspan, that is 5 by 2. The value will be, and taking the moments about E from RB side, so that RB is taking in an anti-clockwise direction, so that positive RB, the distance is 1 meter from RB. After the RB, we are having UDL, the magnitude 7.5 is multiplying with 1, so that it's going to be converted as point load, then taking the moments from the midspan of the 1 meter, that is 1 by 2. The value is going to be 65 kilonewton into meter. From these values of bending moment calculation and shear force calculation, we are going to draw the shear force diagram and bending moment diagram. Here, this is a sketch of to draw the shear force diagram and bending moment diagram. Let us have a point here, because for the left of the A, we are having a 0. After the right of the A, we are having a value 51.25. Let us have a point here for the 51.25. Moving on to the C, for the left of the C, we are having 36.25, and for the right of the C, we are having 26.25. And next, moving on to the D, we are having 3.75. For the right of the D, we are going with minus 26.25. For the moving on to the E, we are having minus 41.25. Here itself, let it be. For the right, we are having minus 61.25. And for the B, we are having 68, minus 68, that will be here. For the right, it will be 0. This is the left of the value, and this is the right. This is the left and the right of the value. And this is the left and the right of the value. Here this is the left, and here the right of the value of these shear forces. Let us join these line points to make the shear force diagram. These are the values of their respective points. Then after we are going to draw the bending moment diagram with respect of their points, and we also here for the moment about A and moment about B is always 0, and we are having moment about C 87.5, and for the moment about D we are having 188.75. For the moment about E we are having a 65. By joining these lines as a curve, because we are having a for entirely UDL like this, not a straight lines from the points to points, we are having like this curve nature for all the points. It is called as a parabolic. From A to C we are having points, and with respect of their values, these are parabolic in nature. And next, this simply supported is taking the moments in sagging, and we have to position that maximum bending moment and magnitude. The magnitude of the maximum bending moment is 188